Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a very special day in which Sarah Ingham tells us everything that's wrong with Benidorm, but misses out one key detail. Can you guess what it is yet? I bet she can't. So they had this brainwave to bring up this amazing title for a video. Absolute disaster happened in Benidorm. Oh my good god. You know what I can't actually believe is, firstly, they went back to Benidorm as part of this whole recreating the 2020 disaster theme that they've got going on. Because you know what happened when they were in Benidorm that time? It wasn't something that was relivable, shall we say. They had the miscarriage and she lost the baby. I wouldn't have wanted to live that trip again, to be honest. But then to clickbait it with the title "Absolute Disaster Happened in Benidorm," when obviously you're not going to be talking about that, but an absolute disaster did happen whilst you were in Benidorm that time, and you've clickbaited that there's a disaster in Benidorm. It is unbelievable. It truly is unbelievable, and I have no words left to say about just how scummy a pair you actually are. However, incredibly enough, there was a little bit of joviality or joyousness that came from the vlog itself. We're going to go through it now. This is Sarah with her rundown of the disasters of Benidorm.
I'm not going to lie, yesterday was a bit of a washout. So it's the next day. Obviously we're doing a 2-day and 1 today. We couldn't film too much yesterday because it was just a bit of a crazy one. But basically this trip has been a bit of a, how do you word it, babe? It's not been a disaster.
It's not been butter.
Butter?
It's not been smooth like butter.
Butter? What's butter? Basically, guys, as you know, we've had a couple of things happen this trip that have been very expensive. We have not gone into detail what, and I'm not going to go into detail, but I will say that our brand new drone that's only been used a few times, and we paid £500 to get repaired just before we came away, is now in the bottom of the Spanish Ocean.
See that on the right hand side? That's the Mediterranean Sea. On the left hand side is the Atlantic Ocean. There's no mention of the Spanish Ocean at all.
Malfunctioned, so Chris says. Malfunctioned, and it's now in the bottom of the ocean. Pardon?
I'm not biting.
Our gimbal kaput. It broke. Had to go buy a new one. Chris's, what phones do we have? I never remember. Z Fold 2?
Yeah. No, Z Fold 4. Yeah.
Z Fold 4?
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Right, Chris's Z Fold 4 was stolen. We're not like speculating, was it stolen? It was stolen. We lost our sat-nav, meaning we needed to buy a brand new Samsung tablet because we needed a sat-nav that would work basically for our van, and it only runs on Android, not Apple. We didn't have another Android, so I had to buy one. We lost £500 in cash. That was partly our fault, but partly not, really. What else have we lost? There's been a few big expensive things gone wrong this trip, guys. And then a few days ago, we were in Minglanilla. We didn't vlog about this because I thought, you know what? Let's just keep the happy vibes going. No one needs to know this. It's not a big deal. Let's just not vlog anything negative. But no. Our brand new Canon DSLR camera, 90D, that was very expensive. Very expensive. And how old is it? Like 2 months? 2 months old or something. Kaput. Chris smashed it. He didn't tie his bag up properly when it was in the top of the bag. We were on the bikes, he was on the bikes, and it flew out the top when he went up a curb and it smashed. Well, not smashed, but it broke. It won't turn on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a bit peed off by this point. I was getting a bit frustrated. Now, we probably will be able to get that fixed, so Chris says, when we get back home. And
The drone's insured.
the drone's insured.
And we have another drone.
We've bought a new gimbal already, so that's not a big deal. The phone's got insurance, but these are all things that we can't sort out whilst we're here. Really, we need to be at home. Anyway, right? So I was getting a bit peed off by this point. Our brand new camera that we've just bought is now kaput. We can't use it, it's broke.
We had a backup DSLR with us.
But it's not too bad. We've got another DSLR with us. It's actually one that we bought only 1 year ago in Mexico. Okay, so we still had another DSLR camera until yesterday. When, like lightning, Mila picks it up and blooming throws it into the swimming pool. She threw it into the swimming pool. And now everyone's going to be sat there thinking, well, why did you let her do that?
Sarah was slow-mo watching it happen.
It wasn't slow-mo, give over, I was a whale jumping out of that pool. So we put Mila out of the pool sometimes so that she can jump back into the pool. She likes jumping in and out, jumping in and out, jumping in and out. She loves doing it. And the camera was on the sunbed, sorry?
I'll be up there.
You go up to the pool?
Yeah.
I'll be up in a minute. The camera was on the sunbed, quite far back from the pool, and I saw her turn around. So straight away I'm on my guard. She's now not in, you know, she's walking off. So I'm like, Mila, come here. She goes straight over to the sunbed, picks up the camera, and I'm like, what's she doing? I'm still sat in the pool at this point. Chris is talking to a guy we'd met. She starts walking towards the pool, so I said, no, Mila. I knew she was going to throw it in because she's been throwing shoes into the pool, so I knew. So as soon as I saw her walking towards me with the camera, I said to Esme, watch out the way, because Esme was in my way of the steps. I was like, watch out my way. And I'm running out of the pool like the beached whale pregnancy beached whale that I look like. And I'm running towards her, going, no, Mila. And she threw it. It bounced off the side straight into the pool. Gone, kaput. Second backup camera gone. Brilliant. Now we have no camera, no drone, no gimbal, lost phone.
Sounds like you've had a whale of a time, Sarah. Sorry. But to be fair, I mean, come on, right? Couple of things. If all these have truly gone wrong, most people would say, right, okay, this is not going right. I've had enough. Let's just go home. That's what most people would say, right? Not the Inghams though, no. They want to carry on because they think that this is a disaster, because the last time they went on this particular trip, it was a disaster. This time, they want it to be a recreation of said disaster. And unfortunately, Sarah, given what we know about your legs now, I think it would be advisable to go home so that you don't suffer the disaster that you suffered on that particular trip, because you don't want that, do you? Repeat after me. We do not want that.
No sat nav. This morning Chris had to get up, we're quite near a shopping thing. Chris had to get up this morning and go over there in the heat, which is just horrendous.
Today and tomorrow are the worst.
Yeah, it's like 44 degrees. Chris went up there, he's ringing me every 2 minutes going, they don't have one in stock in Carrefour, they don't have one in Market, what was that other one? Media Market. They don't have any in stock. Oh, wait a minute, they've found one, but it's the next display. Brilliant, buy it, I don't care what it is, just buy it. Oh, can't sell me it, they can't find the charger. Oh my gosh, so we've ended up with a GoPro. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it.
It's a very good GoPro.
Chris is buzzing. Is this quality really bad? Because it looks horrendous to me.
The quality will be good. It's a Hero 10 Black. It's the new one. It's the new vlogging camera. It's good.
It's the new GoPro vlogging camera. It's the only thing we can get our hands on without vlogging on our phones.
I gotta tell you, Sarah, I'm sorry to tell you this actually. When I was watching it first, I thought, what the fuck? This really sounds horrendous, the audio, and it was really bothering me. And then when you came up and told us this story, it made sense why it was so shit. Sorry. And if I can tell the difference, because usually I don't care. I can't tell the difference between HD and 4K, to be honest. So if I can tell the difference, then there is a problem.
Which we could do, but the audio is terrible on phones. But is it terrible on this as well?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
Fingers crossed.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's an update. It's been a trip, this
we'll
one.
Fix our DSLRs when we get home, but for now, it's GoPro and phones.
For now, it's GoPro and phones. Yes,
I don't
darling.
think these guys will notice the difference, to be fair.
What the actual fuck? Sorry, Chris. What was that? Was that a veiled, or not so veiled, dig at your iPhone? Jesus. I don't think these guys will notice the difference. Your thicko, kiddie, vulnerable adult iPhone will never notice the difference. Come on, Sarah, don't be silly. They won't be able to tell. I know I've already said that I can't tell the difference, but that's just me, right? That is only me. And I don't think that you should be throwing those insults around to the rest of your fan base, because you don't have many left, do you?
Oh, just driving past the Grand Hotel Bali right now. And what is this place? That looks so cool. Look at the elevators on the outside of the building, man. That is cool. I want to stay here just to ride that elevator. There's a lot of floors in that hotel too. That is a very, very, very tall building. Let's go all the way out. Look how big that building is. That is insane. Oh, what's up, Benidorm Beach? Absolutely mad. This place is popping. Sun is blazing. And there's a lot of British people about. I know you're loving the sea right now.
It's so funny because I was just thinking, we've been like to America, to Florida, the beaches there. What was that beach called? Clearwater. We've been to Australia, Mexico, Cuba. No, I'm not counting the Maldives.
All in the search of the perfect beaches.
And you just can't beat Benny Beach.
Oh, isn't that lovely? She's listed everywhere she's been, all the beach, in a search, no less, for the perfect beach. There's Maldives, there's America and Florida and Mexico and Spain, France, Portugal, anywhere, Cuba, don't forget Cuba. We need to know about Cuba because that was before they started vlogging. So, yeah, they've been to all these places, don't you know? And Sarah, this is what we talk about when we say keep things to yourself. When you say, oh, people want to be hydrogeological. No. They want to be hydrogeological about it and, you know, call us out on things when they, you know, people are starving in the world. Get on with your own, like, whatever, right? The thing is that you can do these things. Nobody's saying don't do them. If you want to go to every beach in the world in the search of the perfect beach, go to every beach in the world. Just don't tell the world about it, because the world does not need to know, and the world does not need your bragging.
So everyone else in here has clearly gone back to the hotel, had showers, got themselves dressed up and ready for the night, and then we just rock in. Wind, sweat,
Sandy.
full of sand, no eyebrows.
So you confused me, Sarah, on this a little bit, because I assume here you're talking about the fact that people, they've got the hotels and they can go back and get washed and changed and dressed ready for the evening, right? They can do that because they're staying in hotels. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can also do that. You have a big RV, which is kind of like a hotel on its own, right? With facilities, washing facilities, even a change of clothes. So you can actually go back and you're staying in Benidorm. It's not like you've had to like get the bus into town or anything. Just go back to your bloody house. Your house on wheels, and get changed, get ready, and then go back out for the evening. But the fact of the matter is that you could not be bothered, right? You could not be bothered to go home, get changed, come back out for a meal just for the sake of looking pretty, right? And I don't know what else to say about that. That is the only thing that's happened here. Not that you know, everybody else have the facility. You also have the facilities.
But yeah, we've come to a little Italian. We actually ate here in, what year was it? Last year?
2020.
And Isabel said she either wants to go and get a vegetarian curry from the place that we stayed at last time. We stayed in like an apartment. She either wanted to eat there. We just went up there for a bike ride, and it's very hot inside, isn't it? There's no air conditioning, no air.
It was where we stayed here in an apartment in 2020. We went to go visit it. Did you say that?
Yeah, I just said that.
You know what's actually absolutely sick about that whole thing, right? The only thing, or one of the things that you actually remember about staying in that apartment 3 years ago was the fact that you ate at an Italian restaurant. I'm actually stunned. You know why you stayed in that hotel? Do you know why and what you were doing in that hotel? You stayed, or in that apartment rather, you stayed in the apartment, and Chris went back to the UK to pick up the car. Whilst he was out there, and you were in the apartment, you were having a miscarriage. That is the one thing that happened whilst you were in that apartment. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, and I'm sorry if it upsets people, and I'm not making fun of anything. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. But the one thing that happened whilst they were in that apartment was the miscarriage. Nothing else. And if you look at that apartment, or even think about staying in that apartment, the only thing Sarah Ingham would remember is whatever happened, like it being in the bathroom or whatever was going on with her, right? That is the one thing on her mind that would have happened. And unfortunately, the same with the kids, right? Because they didn't have their dad there to occupy them whilst their mum was going through such a horrendous time, and they would have known every single thing that happened in that apartment at that time. And there was, you know, for you to just focus on the fact that you remember that you went to an Italian restaurant whilst you were staying there is just ridiculous in the extreme.
Literally sat at the side of me and literally just said that. And it was cash only, we only have card, blah blah blah. Or she said she'd really like to eat at the restaurant. She got pine nut pasta, and we were all like, pine nut pasta, what? And then we drove past here. She was like, it's there, this is the one. So we've come in. Yeah, and it does look really good. It looks really good. I've gone for a calzone. It's called pizza. What was it called? Pizza something.
I'll show you the way out.
Yeah. I've gone for a calzone. So has Chris. So has Esme. Jace has gone for a children's pizza. Mila's fallen asleep. I'll show you her in a minute. We had to buy her a little dress because her swimming costume was just uncomfortably full of sand.
Eh? What? Okay, so this gets even more bizarre, right? So what's happened here is that you've gone to the beach. Mila has had her swimming costume on. You've gone to a restaurant, but you had to buy her another dress because her swimming costume was full of sand. You didn't think to bring her a change of clothes since you were going to the beach in swimming costume. You knew you were going to go into the sea and get wet. You didn't think to take your 2-year-old new clothes to wear or anything like that. No? Was that not an option for little Sarah Ingham? Was that as usual Chris's it's always Chris's thing to bring clothes, and he always forgets things, you know? Is that what his responsibility was? Bloody hell, these just I swear, rocks for brains. mind-blowing to me, the love that they have for Benidorm. Really is. It's actually the second time they've gone back to Benidorm since the incident, so I don't know. Anyway, the next day they didn't vlog because it was too hot. Who would have thunk it? It's too hot. But Sarah did have a massive surprise in store for the kids, so let's take a look at that as well.
It's been a really hot day and we've just had to take some time. We've just been sat in the pool. It's just been too hard to vlog. That sounds really pathetic, I know. Oh, big deal, all you have to do is pick up a camera. I know it sounds pathetic,
It's not like
but
that,
it's not like that when you're in this heat. It's just been really unbearable. Anyway, blah blah blah.
It's not even about the heat. We're not wanting to do anything.
We're not doing anything. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but that's because of the heat. We're not doing anything. I feel really emotional and it's just completely caught me by surprise. I don't even know why I feel like this. It's obviously pregnancy related, but
Honestly, you're just a massive fan.
no, I'm not a fan. I'm not even going. We've just got the girls' Taylor Swift tickets. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that loud. Why do I feel emotional? It's because it's been hanging over me for so long. And everyone's been putting everyone's constantly asking have you got tickets? And the girls are like, is there still any chance? I had to pay for one of the VIP packages, which is slightly annoying. I would prefer not to have done that.
Well, yeah, of course, nobody wants to pay £600+ per ticket, do they? But, you can afford it, so, it's not the end of the world as long as your kids are happy. That is the main thing, right, Sarah?
But they'd completely sold out of everything else. They'd completely sold out of everything else within minutes, and we didn't get lucky enough.
Yeah, but think of it this way. Your bad luck is somebody else's good luck, so those those Swifties that can't afford VIP tickets will now be able to go because you didn't get lucky, so they did. So that's good, you should be thankful that you can afford it.
Oh, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. No. Yeah, I said to Chris, go keep an eye out because they're at the pool and I don't want them to hear me because I want to surprise them later now that they're done. But I just feel so relieved and I feel really, really, really bad because I know there's so many adults, teens, children that are not going to get tickets. I can't believe, I didn't even realise Taylor Swift was this big. I'm sorry, but I didn't even realise Taylor Swift was so big. I knew she was big, obviously. I'm not putting Taylor Swift down here, but I just didn't realise how in demand it would be for tickets for a tour. And I know
Okay, I just want to break character just ever so slightly and interrupt this because what Sarah did just then was quite worrying to me. I know it's probably due to the heat and everything, but given the fact that she's pregnant, she looked like it was affecting her. We'll just look at that again now.
But I just didn't realise how in demand it would be for tickets for a tour. And I know
that was her feeling a bit dizzy all of a sudden. Just saying, it's not the best idea. Sarah, take yourself home. But enough of the charades. Let's get on with the show.
Lots of people really don't like the way that they've done it, where you have to get a code, and in some ways I do think it's kind of unfair, but in others I do think it's fair. Everyone still had the same chance.
So what I want to say about this is I've looked at the packages for the VIP and I'm shocked, I'm appalled actually, that she could charge so much money, Taylor Swift. She, £600 or so, and all you get is to see the show, the gig, the concert, whatever you want to call it, and you get normal type seating. From what I can gather, it is seating that they're assigning to that other people have paid less amount for on the same seating areas. Seems a bit wrong to me. But also the other thing that they get is a bag of merch, and all this crap that people are paying for in 10-20 years time. Nobody's gonna the same people who are paying for this VIP crap are not going to be interested in keeping a commemorative signed poster or whatever crap it is, right? They're not going to be interested in wanting that anymore. It's just a one-time thing, a fad, and it'll go. You know, when they grow up, they won't be interested. They'll sell it off on eBay and shit. It's not worth it. So to charge 600 quid is just mind-blowing. By registering to get the codes and things like that. And I know that they did it to stop people and like robots and things, bots and things buying like hundreds of tickets and then selling them for unfair prices. So there's only like Ticketmaster and AX and the other one that you can get tickets from. I do kind of understand why they did it. But it's been the most stressful 2 weeks of my whole existence. I know loads of people are going to take that literally and say how pathetic. I am joking when I say that, but I just knew it'd mean a lot to the girls, but not just a lot to the girls. I always do so much with the girls, like everything we do, like that's kind of special. So is a wasp. Or like, I'm trying to think of examples, like the Stranger Things experience, which they really were excited about. I get to do all that. Like Chris is like, you go do, or even like silly things like when we go to theme parks, roller coasters and things, I get to do all that. It's always me that gets to experience those things with the girls. A new movie comes out at the cinema, I get to go and I get to experience that with them. And this is something for Chris that I really want him to do. Like he keeps saying, you can go, you go. Obviously we can't all go because I'll have the baby. I just want to point something quite interesting out actually, because it's been mentioned that quite often, normally, the person who buys the ticket, you know, the card holder, is usually the one who has to attend. Now, if it was paid for using Chris's card, who else's card is it going to be? You don't have a card. Remember, Sarah, your whole speech about you don't know about bank accounts and stuff like that, you know? You don't even have access to your bank account. So Chris's name on the card, he has to go. So I'm not too sure if it was a willing decision to allow Chris to go, or oh shit, Chris is gonna have to go, or Chris broke it to you that he's having to go. I don't know.
By next year. She'll be like 9 months old or something, but we can't all go to the concert with the little three. Has to be like a one parent and 3 older girls. And Chris keeps saying, you go, I'll happily get a pizza and sit in the hotel and watch the baby. And
why would he be sitting in the hotel watching the baby? He'd be sitting at home watching the baby, surely. I mean, you would take the 3 girls down to London to watch the concert, and he would stay at home with the younger 3. Isn't that what's happening with you? You're going to be staying at home watching the younger 3?
But I really want him to go, not only because I want him to have this amazing experience with the girls, but the girls want him to go because music's kind of his thing. And the girls keep saying, like, if we're so lucky enough to get tickets, Dad, we'd really want to experience this with you. We want you to take us, which I just think is just so lovely and so amazing. Also, I think, I might be wrong, so don't quote me, but I think Paramore is, what's it called? Oh my gosh, what's the word? When the support act. And Chris loves Paramore. Me and Chris have been to Paramore concerts together because Chris loves them. So, and Isabel loves Paramore. It's like one of she loves them. So, oh, I'm just so happy, guys. Honestly, I am just so over the moon. Not just that they've got Taylor Swift tickets. It's not even just about that. That's not why I felt. I don't even know why I felt emotional. I burst out crying. I don't know why. It's more that they get that special day with Dad, and they get to do something really special with him that I know they'll remember forever because it's their first big concert. It's their first one.
Move over, Anne-Marie. It's your first. Honestly, this is their first big concert, all right? Anne-Marie, that was, even getting to meet her backstage wasn't a patch on going to see a band or an artist they've only known about for the past year. It is that level.
Why am I tearing up again? Please tell me why I'm tearing up again. Sat around, just finished up with dinner.
So yummy. It was so good.
It was really delicious. We had like egg, frittata. I always say it wrong. Is it frittata? No, it's not frittata, is it?
Frittata.
No, it's not frittata. No, is it?
No, it's
Patata. No, it's tortilla.
Potatoes. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna have to have a look. 1 second, because I've got some here.
Eggerman.
Some eggerman. Right. Onion, one of those. They're absolutely delicious. They're one of our favourite things to eat here. In the Costa del Benidorm. But it's been lovely. The girls just wanted to have a little say about how they're feeling.
I'm really scared. I've been scared all day. I'm really scared. I've been nervous all day. I'm really happy for everyone who... Wait, we're just saying. So basically, tomorrow is where we get our chance to get Eurostar tickets.
Yeah.
It's where our code, works to get into the thing. I really hope we get tickets because I'm going to be so sad if we don't. I'm going to be quite sad. But I'm really happy for everyone who has them.
Yeah.
But I'm just really scared because it's like my dream. My biggest dream. Same.
Well, there's no chance. Zero. No chance. Sorry guys, I had to change camera because it was about to die. But what I was going to say was that there is absolutely zero chance in getting tickets tomorrow. Because they went on sale today. But I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you nagging all day long.
Hang on, didn't they already know that tickets went on sale today? I mean, if they were massive Swifties, they would know, surely. I mean, I know this is not the same thing, but when I was younger, I was a big football fan. I still am, but back then, I was really. And I knew everything to do with my favourite football team. And I would have to tell my parents anything that was happening. They would not tell me when tickets went on sale or what games were being put. I'm just saying, if you're a fan of somebody and you really love them that much, you really do know what is happening and when. Unless these kids are just living in such a bubble where they're not allowed to know anything about the outside world except for what's on TikTok, I just don't know. I feel like no hope for the future.
Unfortunately, after how many minutes? 4. Granny was letting after 7 minutes and she was waiting hours. And after 4 minutes, they'd completely sold out. You saw a sneak peek of our brand new notebooks that we launched today, and I cannot believe I'm saying this. We decided to do 50, the first 50 that sold, signed, so I thought it'd be a nice idea for me to sign the first 50, and then they sold out within 4 minutes. Literally, 4 minutes. And after 4 minutes, they'd completely sold out.
Sarah, you are... the Inghams are just as famous as Taylor Swift. They sell out in 4 minutes. Taylor sells out in 4 minutes. So do the Inghams. Oh, it's so exciting. The iFam love you.
4 minutes.
After 4 minutes.
So we didn't get
Everything had gone. The only ones that were left were the VIP package ones.
And we got 4 of them.
Yogi.
You're going to see Taylor Swift?
You guys are doing the washing up for the rest of your blooming lives.
Esme, we got the VIP ones.
Granny and Grandpa contributed towards your tickets a lot as well, so you guys need to message them and say a massive thank you.
Okay, I have a huge problem with this, right? Granny and Grandpa contributed a lot towards the tickets. Now, why? Can I ask you why? I know these tickets cost a lot, £600, right? £600, there's 4 of you going, that's £2,400. Firstly, why did you buy Isabel a ticket. Why did she get to go when it costs so much money? Just to say, for an inclusion's sake, just to say she's included in this, is a lot of money just for the sake of including her, right? So she doesn't get to go. She's not a fan. She couldn't care less. That's a lot of money to pay for somebody who couldn't care less about the person they're going to see, right? Secondly, your parents paid for most of this, presumably, right? Why are they paying for it? There is no way in God's given earth that you cannot afford to buy those tickets yourselves for your children. You are in the middle of Europe, like a 3-month excursion to Europe or something. You can effing well pay for tickets for your kids to go to a concert. It may be VIP, it may be more than you're expecting to pay, but it's still your kids, and you have the money because you have this big business, and if you couldn't afford it, don't buy it. Doesn't, you don't have to buy it just because they want to go. If you can't afford it, say you can't afford it to them. They will understand. Maybe they'll be a little bit upset, but they will understand. But then putting it on their grandparents to have to pay for it when they don't have a job, they don't even own their own house. I'm thinking that they don't have as much money as you, right? So why are they the ones that you are getting to pay when, if you are doing as well as you say you're doing, if you're traveling around Europe and you must have some money? I know we go on about how, you're not doing as well as you were doing, and you may be a bit skint and everything, but if you are traveling around Europe, you have some money. You do have some money there, right? I mean, you lost 500 quid the other day in cash, apparently, and I know that's put a dent in things, but you don't seem too upset about it. So if you can afford to lose £500 and not be absolutely incandescent with rage, then I'm thinking you have enough money just to pay for these tickets yourselves. So that's my thoughts on that situation, because I'm disgusted with you for doing this, by the way. Disgusted.
You got VIP tickets right now.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh,
A dream has come true.
Good luck to them. I hope they enjoy themselves. I really hope that they don't kind of grow out of Taylor Swift within the next year, because that's possible. But there you go. That has been that's been what they've been up to the last couple of days. It's been fun and games, hasn't it? Having disasters abound in Benidorm, and then surprising the girls with their very own Taylor Swift tickets, which cost them at least £2,400. And yeah, so many talking points. Please let me know in the comments down below everything that you want to know, everything that you want to tell me, because I'm very interested to see opinions. Thumbs up for the video and subscribe if you're new. And if you got right to the end, this has been a humongous video. Type in the comments down below the word hydrogeological, and then I'll know that you've reached the end of the video. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.